Hello, can you hear me, guys? Is my audio good? Okay, thank you. Let me just turn on my video and while I introduce myself first. Hello, my name is Jeffrey Niedo and today we will be discussing the fourth chapter of Technology Education 1, which is Systematic Approach to Teaching. First, let me grace you with my opening statement to why are we discussing a systematic approach to teaching. We are discussing a systematic approach to teaching because we are following a structure or a system so that we can be sure that we are attaining what we want to accomplish. As a teacher, it's quite difficult to point out or to stick with one type of strategy or approach when it comes to teaching. Why? If you are a senior high school or higher education teacher, especially in the college department, hindi porket nagtuturo ka ng iba't ibang subjects ay isang approach lang ang gagamitin mo cut across all level. It's not actually like that. We should consider time, for example, for the student if he is fast learner among the others. It's also important to know what type of topic are you going to teach. Example, since it's online, we actually made use of 3Cs as our teaching approach: the content, the coach, and the community. The content refers to your slides, materials, and the topic. The coach refers to you as a teacher, where you teach and at the same time, you learn from the students. While the community refers to the students. They are not just learning from you as a coach. At the same time, they also share and learn something from their classmates. And this approach is common and perfect for online teaching. That is only one of the example, and we have a lot of different approach that can be used. If you are going to ask me how I'm going to know what kind of teaching strategies to use, this is our topic: systematic approach to teaching comes in. Now, you have the idea what is it that we are going to discuss. Before we begin our discussion, here is a quote from Charles West Churchman, an American philosopher and a system scientist. He quoted, "A plan that emphasizes the parts may pay the cost of failing to consider the whole, and a plan that emphasizes the whole must pay the cost of failing to the real depth with respect to the parts." So what do you mean by that quote? So let's reserve our interpretation of this quote and let's unmask behind the meaning of this quote after we have done discussing our chart later. Let us first define what is systematic. How about your own idea? When you hear the word systematic, what comes into your mind? Anyone would like to share their thoughts? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so now let's define what is systematic. According to the Oxford Dictionary, systematic is done or acting according to a fixed plan or system. We can therefore imply that being systematic is making your task done in accordance to your plan. Let's pretend that you are now a parent. You have a plan for your daughter to become successful someday. When your daughter turns 18, your daughter approaches you and tells you that, Dad, I'm going to have a boyfriend and have a family, and then I will go to college, finish my degree, and becomes rich and successful. As a parent, what would you feel about? Of course, your initial reaction would be you will be enraged. After all, who would not be? Because that is not systematic. That is not what you planned for her, for your daughter. Your plan was for your daughter, first is to go to college, finish her degree, become successful and rich before settling down on her own to have a family. Another meaning of systematic is that it's organized, relating to, or consisting of a system, meaning it follows a system that proven to be effective. Another meaning is that logical, presented or formulated as coherent body of ideas or principle, systematic thoroughness. Another meaning is that it's efficient, effective in class, that marked by thoroughness and regularity. Now that we have defined what is systematic, let us now go to what is systematic approach to teaching. By definition, it is a network of elements or parts different from each other, but each one is special in the sense that each performs a unique function for the life and effectiveness of the instructional system. Doon sa quote kanina, ito na yung part na yung sinasabi na the part is equally important to the whole if you plan gives emphasis to every part. Kumbaga, ito na yung interpretation na sinasabi na bawat component ay mahalaga. At ang papel na ginagampanan ng bawat component ay lubhang nakakaapekto sa iba kapag ito ay nag-fail. Ganon din naman na kung bibigyan mo ng halaga, ang pangkabuuan ay dapat alam mo ang bawat part na bumubuo dito. The broad definition of educational technology encompasses system or design of instruction. The systems approach views the entire educational program as a system of closely interrelated parts. It is an orchestrated learning pattern with all parts harmoniously integrated into the whole, the school, the teacher, students, the objectives, the media, the materials and assessment tools and procedures. Such an approach integrates the older, more familiar methods and tools of instructions with the new ones such as the computer. This is the chart showing the systematic or system approach to instructions. So the elements are from the define objectives, choose approach method, choose appropriate experience, select materials, assign personnel, implements the instructions, evaluate outcomes, refine the process. The center of it is what we call the student or the learners. I'm just giving you the rundown and it will be discussed by the next reporter. Thank you for listening.